I grew up believing that if I worked hard enough, my parents would eventually be proud of me. Not grateful. Not affectionate. Just proud that hope carried me through late-night shifts, borrowed textbooks, and semesters paid for with scholarships, student loans, and whatever extra hours I could find. Every tuition receipt had my name on it. Every payment came from me or from aid I had earned. Whenever I asked for help, my parents had the same answer. You chose this path, figure it out. So I did. Years later, when my manager called me into the office to offer me a promotion, I didn't think about the salary first. I thought about every morning I had nearly quit. Every bill I had somehow managed to pay. Every rejection that taught me how to keep going. I called my parents that evening. My mother barely congratulated me before asking, "So how much more are you making now?" Within days, the conversations changed. My father said that because they had raised me, they deserved half of every paycheck going forward. He didn't present it as a request. It sounded like an unpaid debt I was finally expected to settle. When I refused, calmly, everything shifted. They called me selfish. Ungrateful, they told relatives I had become arrogant after getting promoted. According to them, I had forgotten where I came from. Phone calls stopped feeling like conversations. They became interrogations. Cousins who barely knew my life suddenly had opinions about my character. An aunt told me that family always comes before money. I almost believed them, not because they were right, because guilt has a familiar voice when you've grown up listening to it. Then my mother insisted I attend Sunday dinner. We'll settle this as a family. By the time I arrived, everyone already seemed to know their version of the story. My father spoke first. "We sacrificed everything you could succeed. Now you've abandoned us." Heads nodded around the table. No one asked me a single question. I listened until the room became quiet. Then I reached into my bag and placed one plain folder in the middle of the table. "I think everyone should see this before deciding." My father smiled confidently. He stopped smiling after opening it. Inside were tuition invoices dating back years, loan agreements with my signature, scholarship award letters, bank statements showing every payment, copies of emails I had sent asking my parents for help. Each reply was either a refusal or no reply at all. Near the back was something else, printed messages where my parents had told relatives they were paying their child's way through college. The dates matched the semesters they hadn't contributed a single cent. No one spoke, pages turned slowly. An uncle adjusted his glasses and looked again. My father tried to interrupt. "That doesn't tell the whole story." "It tells enough," I answered quietly. Then there was one document I had almost left out. Months earlier, during a financial review for my home purchase, my lender had required detailed verification of my education funding because of my student loan history. The official records confirmed every source of payment and every outstanding balance. The verification letter carried the institution's certification and supporting financial documentation. It wasn't my opinion anymore. It wasn't an argument between parents and child. An independent record established the facts. My father's face lost its color. For the first time, nobody looked at me. They were looking at the paperwork. My mother quietly closed the folder. Someone changed the subject. Someone else asked for more tea. The dinner never recovered. There was no dramatic apology, no emotional speech, no instant healing. Over the next few weeks, a few relatives reached out privately. Some admitted they had believed the story they had been told. Others simply said they hadn't known what really happened. My parents never acknowledged the documents directly. They just stopped asking for half my paycheck. More importantly, they stopped using my success as proof of their sacrifice. That promotion changed my career. That Sunday changed something deeper. For years, I believed respect had to be earned by giving more, explaining more, enduring more. I was wrong. Sometimes respect begins the moment you stop defending yourself with emotions and start standing quietly beside the truth. The folder never changed my parents. It changed me. I walked away that night without celebration, without revenge, and without the approval I had spent years chasing. For the first time, that felt like enough.